How's it going, everyone, and welcome to my mobile slash gacha gaming library. If you're new to the channel and you haven't watched some of my older videos, I like to regularly kind of update what games I'm playing and just show some of the upcoming games and stuff that I have my eyes on. Just because, sometimes the questions asked, what do you play besides such and such, and well, this answers it. Just talking about some of the games I play and my opinions on some games, and maybe help you see some potential games to try out and maybe keep your eye on. But with that being said, this is the list. So I have it broken down and changed again from my last time. Eventually I'll find a format that I like and settle on. And I've already changed the title from just mobile gaming library to mobile gacha gaming library because it seems a bit more appropriate with the way some of these games go now. But with my main games, anybody that knows me knows I've been playing Opera Omnia since, launch, and will always play it. It's always going to be here in my main slot at the top of the thing, pretty much. I think last time I had a section for games that were on break, but that seemed kind of a redundant section. It's still one of my main games. And if you've gone upon my channel recently or looked at my several videos over the last couple months, Counterside is one of my main games. Right now I don't have a lot to do. Things are kind of going slow for me in it, but that's not really, its fault, I guess. I've also been busy, so... But it's still one of my main games. I still love it to death. I still play it. I talk about it, at least once a week on the channel, so, I don't think there's much to be said about Counterside. And then I'm playing Bleach, and of my main games, it's the one that I probably have the most to say. I came back about a month before the 7th anniversary of the game started. You can see my picture has 5th anniversary. And that's because the new anime, the anime adaptation of the final arc is coming. So I'm getting a little excited for that. I'm a longtime Bleach fan. I love Bleach. You can look on my channel to see I've done several summoning videos and stuff for Brave Souls before. I can't currently because of reasons, or well, I guess I could. I can do summoning videos again now, I guess. I might do a Bleach video here or there. We'll see. If there's an interest, let me know. But yeah, I started playing about a month before the 7th anniversary and have been playing quite a lot. I've got to say, I got really salty with Bleach when I stopped playing at around a little after 6th anniversary last year because of just a string of really bad gacha luck. And yeah, and then just some really big banners back to back to back that just were constantly screwing me over, plus bad gacha luck. So yeah, I took a break and now I'm back at it. I'm loving it, and thankfully with the 7th anniversary co-op quest, I'm going to be able to catch up a little bit in the power creep that's overshadowed where I left off at. Not to mention that I have quite a bit of good luck in these recent pulls. 7th anniversary has been very kind to me in Bleach. So I love the game. I think, I've played a couple different Bleach games as far as mobile games go, and Brave Souls is probably the top. I wish I could play it on my Steam account, but my Steam, the way Steam works in Brave Souls, the account you set up is the account you're stuck with. So the one I made for that video series a while back is the one that I'm stuck with on Steam, it seems like. So this one's stuck on my phone. Kind of sucks. But I have been really, really enjoying Bleach. And to be honest, and that's another reason I haven't done a whole lot with Counterside in the last, few days. I've been hardcore grinding in the Bleach 7th anniversary stuff, trying to, catch up a little bit on what I've missed. So that's kind of the reason for that. Love the game. Very, very fun. Arena's fun. Brave battles are meh, but I'm coming around to them, I guess. And the rest of the game's really fun. If you're a fan of Bleach, if you want to give this game a try, now's a pretty good time to do it, I'd say give it a shot now while the 7th anniversary is still going on. As my side games go, Isekai Memories. I think in my last one, this was in my main section. I bumped it down to a side game because I'm not playing it actively right now. And I think it does pretty alright as a side game. I want to play it a little bit more, but at the same time, I just feel like it's a difficulty scaling issue when it comes down to Isekai Memories. Like the difficulty jumps up pretty significantly sometimes, and it's a very hard jump, I guess, and that does give a little like resistance to enjoying the game, right? So I still think it's a fun game, and I want to play it more. I just need a little bit stronger account, I guess, to really enjoy it, maybe. I still think it's a fun game. I'm excited to see what they do, though I think it does still need some quality of life. If it gets some good quality of life updates, I could put it back up as a main game with much, much, much happiness. 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. I've got videos for that on my channel for summoning stuff. This game's been back and forth between main and side forever now, and I think it's just always going to be that way. It's always going to be up here in my main or down here in my side, because I think as a base formula goes for mobile games, 7 Deadly Sins is a pretty good base formula, which is why I'm excited for some of these games down here, but I'll get to that when I get to that. I got really lucky on a banner here, so it's seeing a lot more playtime right now. It's kind of a trend I've noticed. When I get really lucky in a gacha game, it tends to get a little bit more of my attention. So yeah, there's Grand Cross. There is some inherent like displeasure with the game over some things they've done, and it's why I haven't given it the attention to really call it a main game. Arknights. I've mostly just been logging in, haven't really been playing too much. I like Arknights, I love its art style, but strategy, tactical tower defense games, I really, really have to be in the mood to play that kind of game usually, and it's not one of the games that I can just sit down and play because of that. But I do love the game, and I have been logging in, and I do have a lot of friends that play, so it kind of keeps my attention because of that. Epic 7. I like Epic 7. I love its art style. It's very nice. I should play it more than I do, but it's mostly just a login once a week kind of thing right now, honestly. I try to log in more than once a week, but with so many games, you kind of forget. Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent has released. I haven't played it a whole lot since it released, and you know, if you've seen the past videos, you know it's been on my looking forward to. I admittedly haven't played it too much. I played the start to it, played it a little bit, and I love Octopath Traveler, and I love the combat of Octopath Traveler, and that's basically what this is. But that's really it. It hasn't really hooked me yet. And as far as the gacha goes, and the gameplay systems, I haven't played it enough to really say one way or another how I feel about it. But I'm initially apprehensive towards it. I need to play it more, so I can't really give an honest or really thought out opinion. So I'm just going to say it's a side game. If you like Octopath Traveler, you might like it, because it pretty much plays the same for the most part. So Fate is Fate. You can't play gacha games and not know what Fate Grand Order is, right? I don't really think there's much to say. I have it here as a side game mostly because I log in once in a blue moon, and maybe throw a summon if I have it at a banner. I don't really play. I want to play, but there's just the game needs so much for me to actually come back, and I just don't think it's ever going to get it. So moving on from my main and side games, there's the one game that I want to play, but I just can't play on mobile. So give me a PC port and we're good to go, and that's the First Soldier for Final Fantasy VII. It's a Final Fantasy themed battle royale, and it's pretty fun. And I just can't stand playing it on a mobile platform. Let me get it on PC. Give me a PC port of it, and I'll probably play the crap out of this game. If you've been by my Twitch, you know I love Apex, and I've played a lot of Apex, so I would enjoy this. Now the games I have in my offline section, to explain for people who haven't seen it before, and to be redundant for those who have seen, these are games that I have played and probably would play again. I just don't know. Like, just right now they're not, I don't even log into them, so they don't even really get to be qualified as side games. So, some of them are still downloaded, some of them aren't. And not much I want to say about many of them. I have a whole video I want to make on Genshin Impact. It's coming up on its 2-year anniversary, coming on update 3.0, and as much as I love Genshin, it just saddens me that it's a gacha game, because it takes away a lot of the enjoyment to the game because of all these characters that are amazing, but you don't get to really use because of a gacha that, you know, is not that great, all things considered, with other things in the game adding into it. But it's got an amazing story, an amazing world, the gameplay is fun, I want to enjoy it, but like I said, I can make a whole video on Genshin, and I want to, but we'll see if I actually do. But for now, it's on an offline, because I'm not even logging in. It's still downloaded on my PC, I still want to play it, but it's just I don't. I would play Last Claudia, lost my account, so I probably won't ever actually go back to it, but I think it's a great game, so definitely worth trying out. The card games are the card games. I enjoy playing card games for every now and then, so, you know, if you like card games, you'll like these. I should put Hearthstone in here as well, I guess. Exos has a PC client now, but still haven't tried it. Fire Emblem, good game. Especially if you like Fire Emblem, it definitely plays like a Fire Emblem. Pokemon Masters, every now and then I'll get back in the mood for logging into that. I don't know what the State of King's raid is. Girls Frontline is fantastic. I'm excited to see what happens with Girls Frontline 2. And then this is Valkyrie Connect, or Valkyrie Chronicles, however its name goes. How does its name go? Hold on. It's Valkyrie something, I know. It's Valkyrie Connect. Valkyrie Connect. Yeah, it's getting a second collab with Hololive, and I'll log back in for that. But the looking forward to section, I'll come right back to quickly on the retire. These are games that I played, or games that would be in my offline section or side game sections, but their servers got shut down or are getting shut down in the case of a couple of them. And I think I think they deserved a little bit of a category of their own, more so than any of them. Dragalia, like, Dragalia was a really good game, and it's really sad that it is being shut down, so not too happy with Nintendo for that one. Looking forward to, so the games that I'm looking forward to and have my eyes on, I realize Tower of Fantasy, by the time this video comes out, will be out, but as of recording, it is not out, and I am looking forward to. I want to give it a shot. It has my intention, so maybe it'll be interesting. The Full Metal Alchemist game is out in Japan, I think, but we don't have it on global, so fingers crossed that maybe we get a global release. 7DS Origin has an actual app icon, a new app icon, but this is what I have for it, so that's what it's always going to be. It's going to be Origin, it's going to be this on this list, but I'm not too excited for it, but at the same time I'm mildly excited for it, so we'll see. Jujutsu Kaisen, I actually have a lot more interest into it because I've seen some of the gameplay stuff for it, and or some expanded bits of gameplay for it now, and it actually looks a lot better than the initial gameplay impression I saw, so I'm excited to see it, though I'm hoping it gets a global release. Black Clover is one of the only games on here that I know for sure we're getting on a global, and I'm very excited for, and looks fantastic. Overall, Black Clover, much hype for Black Clover. Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, I have a lot of excitement for that, a lot of hype for that. It's definitely built up the hype, and I'm a fan of Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy VII, love the characters to Final Fantasy VII, and yeah, I look forward to Ever Crisis. And then this last one here I'm looking forward to is, like I said, it's kind of one I'm like the most looking forward to, but at the same time, it's the one that I don't know that we'll ever actually get, and that's One Piece Dream Pointer. Like, last I heard, this was only releasing in, I think, China, and it's not actually coming to a global upscale, and that's really sad because it looks really good, and I think it might be really fun. But it is a game I really want to play. Like I said, it's at the top of my looking forward to list, but I don't know that it's actually a game we'll ever get. But my eyes and ears are definitely peeled for any kind of news on that. I want to play it so very much. I think it looks like a great game. But yeah, all these games. There's one more section before I get to it. Just let me know if any of my main games, any of my side games, any of the games I'm looking forward to. If you want to see videos or content on that, then let me know in the comments down below. I will happily bring you any kind of video or content for any of these other games. Obviously, I do videos for Counterside right now. I love Counterside, but you know, if people want to see or hear my thoughts or opinions on other things, any of these other games, let me know. I'll happily bring them to your attention here on YouTube. This last section here, I have changed. Ta-da! This is, well, it was originally just the deleted section. These were all games that I had played and then deleted because I just wasn't playing them. But I have since changed it around because I realized just having them all in deleted was obscure. So down here we have the shutdown. Some of these other games might be in here, but this is the, but I haven't bothered to look up because they were games that didn't really, you know, work for me, right? So, but this one I did know because it was one that I did play a lot, and that's Final Fantasy Record Keeper is being shut down on the global side, so it's down here in shutdown. Rest in peace, Record Keeper, and thank you for bringing me into this horrible world of gacha. Bad. Pretty self-explanatory. These are games that were in the deleted category because they just weren't good. I did not enjoy them. They were not fun. They were bad games, as far as I'm concerned. Re-Arise, I'm not 100% on. You might be able to say... You might be able to put it in the not for me section. I don't think there's a good Digimon gacha game. I think Digimon in and of itself just isn't really suited for gacha. But you could I could make a case for putting it in just the not for me, or anybody could really. Some of these games nobody's going to argue them being bad. And yeah. The not for me, I played them and they just weren't for me. I have this section on here that just says new because I wanted to make another category but couldn't really come up with what I wanted to name it, of games that, though they weren't for me, I was tempted to come back to and give a second look and see how things changed. Notably, the this one here, which is, what's it called again? Final Gear. Final Gear, the Assassin's Creed one, Brave 9, Lord of Heroes. They were games I kind of wanted to come back and give a second look to. The Danmachi as well, to a certain extent. But at the same time, I don't have a great desire to come back and play them. But there's a little bit of interest. So I wanted to make another category for them, but I really couldn't think of what to call it. So I just left it as is. They just weren't for me, but that doesn't mean they're bad games. A lot of these games do have very dedicated player bases and do have a lot of people that play them. So they're good games. I mean, like, how many people play Dokkan, right? So it's just like, they're not bad games. They just weren't games for me. That's all there is to it, really. And then I have this category called Need a Second Chance. They were games that I was looking forward to, came out, I didn't really get to play too much, or I just didn't really give a solid shot to. I didn't give them enough time to really see if they meshed with me or not. Some of these games down here, not for me, might even qualify to be in here too, because maybe I didn't give them enough of a shot. But these ones I know I didn't really give enough time to give an honest evaluation of, and I don't know if I really would like them or not. So that's that. as I've said in some of the past ones, I've played so many mobile games, so many gacha games, that honestly, I don't think this even covers them all. I probably could add more to it. So, you know, next time I do one of these in a couple months, you might see more games down here in this section that, you know, are older games because I just, you know, remembered them or found them as they came up in, like, recommended games, or I got an ad for them or something. So, that's that. That's my mobile game library. Those are the games I've been playing. Mostly been playing a lot of Bleach. And then, you know, I'm still playing Counterside. And then Opera Omnia is right there as well. And then these two right here, main side games. And the rest of these are in the back, getting logins and stuff. So, that's the video. That's my mobile gaming library. Let me know if you want to see anything about any of these games from me. Just leave it down in the comments. I'd love to play them more on video or on stream or whatever it may be. So, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Hope you all have good luck in your gacha. Peace.